The reason why a lot of people don't succeed in life or in business is not because they are unqualified, but because they lack the knowledge and the understanding of principles. Because qualifications can never override principles. Let's talk about the principle of currency for a minute. Now, we understand that the word currency has to do with something in circulation as a medium for exchange. The earth is governed by one golden rule, and that is the rule of exchange. As a matter of fact, life itself revolves around exchange. As the earth remaineth, you will always give something to get something in return. And the value of what you give determines the quality of what you get. For example, we give carbon dioxide in exchange for oxygen with plants. The reason why you get paid by your boss is because you give your time in exchange for money. As a construction worker, you give your time in exchange for money. Even in spiritual matters, you give surrender in exchange for transformation. Currency is a principle God has set since the foundation of the earth. Now, this is where it gets interesting. There are two kinds of currencies, the visible and the invisible currency. But the problem is that we've been unconsciously programmed by the culture to focus more on the visible currency. And the deception to that is that we end up chasing what's visible, which is money, and losing what's eternal. And the reason why it's going on like this in the culture is because we live in a culture that rewards what's visible more than what's invincible. For example, like 90% of the time, people's love are only tied to advantage. You get more friends because you have more money. Loud success is celebrated more than private growth. Now, I'm not against all of these things, but this is where people miss it, is that they become so obsessed with the validation and the spotlight that they lose sensitivity of the invisible things that shapes destiny, and forgetting that the visible thing is only an end product of maximizing what's invincible. One of the great factors of currency is its power to buy the hearts of men as a symbolism of gift. You see, you can try to buy something from someone's shop and pay them. Now, they would not value that money the way they would value it when it's offered as a gift, because people understand money to be a value for exchange. Because your mind is programmed that when I give you something, when I give you money, you are supposed to give something worth of the value of the money you received in return. But now, when I give it to you without expecting something in return, it's now offered as a gift, because now it communicates something different. I'm not interested in what you can give. This is why gifts are very powerful. And this principle also applies in the invisible currency. This is why you can hear God say something like, David is a man after my own heart. Because David had a currency that goes beyond money, that he even bought God's own heart with. And I want to show you 5 invincible currencies that we are not paying attention to, that would be a driving force and could create a pathway to success. Now, number 1 is time. The reason why time is one of the most valued currency is its ability to reveal true intentions. A lot of times we've heard people say time changes everything. It's just a matter of time, things will get better. But in real sense, time only reveals who stayed consistent and who stayed convenient. Time only reveals who watched and who acted. Time is a general currency that God gave to man to be accounted for. And how you spend your time determines the quality of life you get here on earth. I mean, you can't expect to have valid results when you spend all of your time on screen watching irrelevant stuff that doesn't push the needle to your favor. You can't expect to have valid results when you spend all of your time on Netflix. This is why it's very wrong for someone to say that God is special, because God provided man with a general currency, which is time. So God blessed every man. We all have that same 24 hours. What you do with yours determines the quality of life you get here on earth. So the question you should be asking is, what exactly are you doing? What exactly are you doing with the currency of time? That is the question you should be asking yourself. Are you using that currency wisely, or you are just using it foolishly? Now, number 2 is the currency of love. Now, most people don't realize that love can actually be a currency, because you see, One of the beautiful things about love is that it connects you closer to destiny, because every great destiny is tied to people, and love is a currency that connects you closer to destiny. An attitude of love you give to someone can actually open doors that even money would never open for you. And a good example of this is the story of the woman that gave all she had in the Bible. You see, according to that story, she was the one that gave the least in that meeting. But yet, according to Jesus, she gave the highest. And why is that? Because she gave a currency that is beyond money, and that is love. Because she gave all she had. She wasn't trying to prove anything. She only gave that money out of love. And due to that reason, because she gave a currency that is beyond money, which is love, now she got a solution to a problem that she has spent all of her money trying to fix. That day, she just got that solution to that problem. That is the power of love as a currency. Now, number 3 is kindness. Kindness is one currency that can give you access to places where you would spend a huge amount of money just to get access to. I've seen people get access to royalties or places of power just by doing something as simple as buying corn for someone, doing something as simple as buying food for someone. Kindness is a huge currency that you should pay attention to. There's this video I watched about this particular guy that he kind of disguised himself as a low-life citizen, and then but in real sense this guy was actually a rich guy, but then he just went on asking people for money just to get a fuel to put in his car. And then he met someone, and this guy was very rude to him. And then the other guy on the sideline was watching and saw how this guy was rude to this guy. Then he came up and asked the guy what he was looking for. He said he was looking for money to buy fuel. Then he gave him one of the last money he had in his pocket. And because he did that, he didn't even know the guy he was giving this money to was a rich guy. The guy gave him $10,000 just for a simple act of kindness. Now this guy was shocked. He couldn't even take the money, but the guy pleaded on him to take that money that it was coming from his heart. Now the guy was shocked, but that was just an act of kindness. Look at the kind of door it opened for that person. Now number 4, which is loyalty. Think of how many relationships, think of how many marriages has been in chaos or has broken due to lack of this currency, which is loyalty. Loyalty is a currency that speaks more volume more than money. Even the grace of God that we enjoy today is a product of loyalty, because Jesus was loyal to his cause of saving humanity. Loyalty is one currency that fuels your vehicle to greatness, and greatness provides you with a lot of money. Number 5 is integrity. I've seen empires close down due to lack of integrity. I've seen successful business close down due to lack of integrity. I've seen people miss life-changing opportunities due to lack of integrity. The funny thing about integrity is that at first it looks like an act of foolishness, but until you realize that we are, just like the Bible says, that we are surrounded by a great cloud of witness. What you don't realize is that people are watching. Now it may look as though you are foolish for not cutting corners to get rich, but when the reward of integrity starts coming, you understand that even sometimes an act of foolishness can be a passport to greatness. If you like this video, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button and hit the like button and share this with someone you think needs to watch this. And I'll see you on the next episode. Thank you.